Hi. Good morning, world. Good morning, internet. How are we doing? I forgot to post the thing on Dork Duck that's like, yo, we're still stuck on my...
I'm assuming at this point people just assume we're over
they
at
just
yours because...
They just know what's going on at this point.
Yeah.
Because the Zuck won't free this duck, as the kids say. Yeah, hello. How is everyone doing this morning? Good morning, Jesse.
Good morning. I'm tired.
Did everyone survive the great Facebook outage of 2024?
I sure didn't.
You didn't?
I'm just kidding. It happened when we were at Walmart, so I was just like, oh, Facebook is down. Okay. And then I moved on with my day.
It was pretty great because we ended the show in which one of the things we do is stream on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we wrapped that up. And it was maybe 20 minutes later that everything crashed down. Now, there are conspiracy theorists out there that are like, yo, Taylor Swift told people to vote, and that's why they shut the internet.
Taylor Swift controls the weather, so like I would believe it.
But I posit another thing, that they waited to shut things down till Dork Duck Daily was done. Then they were like,
because we're truly taking the internet by storm.
That's how it works. I need to do this. We really need to get this attached to a button.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
It's
a growing process
that I haven't touched ever.
What's up, Tyler? That was maybe it doesn't warrant like actual it's all because the Zuck hasn't freed the duck. Exactly. That's why.
Oh wow, my face is like really prominent now. I'm just gonna Well, it's supposed to be Jeff centric, not me centric, and it's pretty me centric when I'm like right there and well, it's gone now, but you know.
It's fine.
It's not.
It's all good. Okay. People like looking at you. I do at least. We were at
my hands are cold.
Walmart and getting stuff around for the store and then stuff over here. And I was like, man, I can't see anything on Facebook. And then you said, no, it's down for me too. And Messenger was down. And I feel like about the time we got back here and got going again and got things working, it was back up. But the Facebook subreddit, which is usually a pretty quiet place,
unraveling,
was on fire yesterday. It was pretty. It was like, oh my god, the world is crashing.
I'm glad that camera shows my good side, though. Honestly, it's like my.
You have one side that's better than the other.
Jawline, is that what it's called? Your jawline.
This right is here? Indeed called your jawline.
Yeah, I have a good jawline.
Okay. You've got lots of things.
Not as good as Timothy Chalamet's jawline.
We all can't be that beautiful
that man's
twink who runs like around in the sand and drinks worm pee.
Oh yeah, I mean, one can dream.
So every morning we are going to bring you all the news that you, specifically you, need to care about in a segment we like to call the what?
The Daily Quack. The what?
I thought you meant you quacked at them.
Technically, that is kind of a quack. What? He said he's selling chocolate.
Number one on the news docket this morning.
This is our number one on the news docket.
There's nothing I'm going with
took
first.
Priority over this.
Edward and Bella to sparkle as cartoons in Twilight animated
series. I'm
gonna
watch the fuck out of it. Nobody can shame me. I don't care. Twilight is the first. There's something about that first movie. Yes, the undertones are creepy. Yes, the acting is kind of bad. Yes, it's not a great.
Yes, she makes me call her Spider Monkey in the bedroom. Matt Skibitz wrote this over at AV Club.
Who? Matt Skiba from
Schemkowitz.
Okay.
Says the Twilight reboot heading to television sets near you will be animated series per Deadline. The news comes out of the Morgan Stanley Media Conference, a one-stop shop for House of the Dragon and Twilight news. I guess.
Is it gonna be like a funny show, like a haha comedy cartoon, or we're gonna do
Twilight is very serious. Okay.
I know it is, but like, they could make it funny. How do I share a Twitch feed? Does anybody know?
You can just share the link to the Twitch channel. Is how that works.
Complicated. I need one button to push, and I want it to be instant. I don't want to type things. I'm lazy.
We reported the news last April when the AV Club and the world's population of Twihards. Do you consider yourself a Twihard?
No.
Responded with a resounding why. The film series, which wrapped in 2012, isn't exactly calling for a redo, even if author Stephanie Meyer continues to release Twilight books from different perspectives. Nevertheless, this puts a new spin on an age-old romance between high schooler and a 120-year-old vampire.
Well, when you word it that way, it sounds so great.
An animated series was always the plan for Twilight, Burns says, but less is clear about. They're also playing John Wick series. Last year, the 3-part miniseries, The Continental from the World of John Wick, finally answered the age-old question, what if they ruined the goodwill amassed by the John Wick series and Keanu Reeves' celebrity by casting Mel Gibson in a John Wick? Of course, the answer was results inconclusive due to complete lack of interest. The series received middling reviews and a slew of bad press for casting Gibson. I gotta tell you, I feel like I keep a pretty good clocking on this sort of stuff, and I had no idea that a John Wick series had come out. So
me neither, but I don't really pay attention to things. I get my news through you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I'm just like, oh my god, about things.
Yeah, I prefer to live my life ignorant and head empty. It's a fun life.
Snoopy says, I think Zuck is looking for the goose. I think he's a little out of touch with the world. That was a bad
Oh
Duck,
my
Duck,
god,
Goose joke.
Tyler.
Tyler said, why do you have to go and make things so complicated? I've seen the way you quack and like somebody else gets me frustrated.
That song was like, oh my god, 11-year-old me would get so into that song.
Did that speak to your soul?
Yeah, it did, even though I don't know why, because I wasn't in any romantic relationships at 11. But
I was instead the nerd that was running around singing the Weird Al version about getting decapitated.
That one's good too, though. I didn't hear that till later in life, but like, yeah. Avril, oh my god, did I ever tell you how I actually got into Avril Lavigne? It's my babysitter.
Your babysitter got you into Avril Lavigne?
Yeah, she had this really cool little red Camaro, and it was like it was junky by today's standards, but like it was a cool little red Camaro. And she was like, she kind of dressed like Avril Lavigne too. Like I remember her.
Was your babysitter Avril Lavigne?
Oh my
Are we
God.
finding this out? Find out if she drove a shitty red Camaro.
No, but she was cool. She was like one of my, like I was friends with somebody at school. It was like her sister's friend, like her older sister's friend. She was like the coolest babysitter I had though. Like her mom and her lived on a farm, and they had a bunch of cats and kittens, and like that was like really cool for me as a kid because I just really liked cats. My grandma wouldn't let me get a cat, and then like I think the first time I ever watched X-Men was with her.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
she got me into a lot of stuff.
X-Men and Avril Lavigne
Yeah.
and all the good stuff.
She shaped who I was as a young teenager.
Did she ever watch Backyardigans with you?
No.
Because that's our next news story has to do with
Oh, I
Backyardigans.
was like, what is she supposed to? Is that like staple babysitter stuff?
I don't know. I watched a lot of Backyardigans babysitting. Rest in peace, Janice Burgess, creator of the Backyardigans.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but the words that almost left my mouth was, wow, I wish you would have babysat me. But that like Like instantly as I was about to say it, I was like,
Start
no.
the stream in the uncomfy zone.
No, just reel that back in. But then I was like, no, that's too funny not to say. Well, I meant it in like, that sounds cool. Like you were a cool babysitter.
Rest in peace, Janice Burgess, the creator of the Backyardigans.
Rest in peace. Sorry, I made a shitty joke before that.
This is also for Matt Skivovitz over at the AV Club. They're making him work too hard.
How old was she?
72.
Oh, I mean, at least she lived a long-ish life.
Oh, wait, it's crazy. Janice Burgess, creator of the animated children's series The Backyardigans, has died. Her death was confirmed by her friend and former Gullah Gullah Island head writer, Frackenswell Himan, on Instagram. Burgess' cause of death was breast cancer, and she died in hospice care.
Oh.
We're sad to learn of the passing of one of the great architects of Nick Jr. and creator of the globally beloved series Backyardigans. Her career at Nickelodeon began in 1994 as the executive in charge of production for Gullah Gullah Island, the groundbreaking children's series that was among the first on Nickelodeon to focus on African-American family.
Oh.
Her next series would be even more successful, the Peabody Award-winning Blue's Clues, which she oversaw throughout its initial run.
Really?
In 1998, she produced a pilot for My Friends and Me, which is something I've never heard of, that starred a penguin, moose, hippopotamus, and a Uniqua. While initially rejected, the show would add a fifth animal, a purple kangaroo, and evolve into the computer animated series The Backyardigans, which premiered in 2002. For 4 seasons, the colorful cast of animals, Austin, Pablo, Tyrone, Tasha, and Uniqua, turned their backyard into an imaginative and musical wonderland, winning 2 Emmys along the way. Returning to its roots, Backyardigans would eventually become a stage show. Once again, in 2008, following Backyardigans, Burgess worked on Winx Club, which,
It was a stage show?
Yeah.
Like people dressed up as the Backyardigans and sang the song?
Yes.
Do they still do it?
I don't know.
Can we go see it?
Winx Club, which is crazy, and Bubble Guppies.
Oh, I know Bubble Guppies.
So hell of a career, and she will be missed. That's a crazy body of work to leave this planet
I had
with.
no idea about Blue's Clues. That's impressive.
Tyler says Avril Lavigne does drive a crappy red Camaro, and she still owns it.
I bet she does.
The Bubble Guppy stuff lives in my brain. Backyardigans stuff.
Oh, I was gonna say I know of Bubble Guppies, but I was
The only thing I know of Bubble Guppies is bubble guppies. That's all I know.
Do you know what the boobas are?
No.
No.
This sounds like a very awkward court case. We're like, child, do you know what the boobas are? Did he ask you what the boobas are?
No, it's literally a children's show. Boobas. I don't know.
The songs for when I was babysitting Connor and Emmy and David, there's so much Backyardigans, and those songs just live rent free. And one of those songs had a viral moment on TikTok. That was the Castaway song, was just going crazy all over TikTok the last year or two.
All right, so the boobas.
Oh, the boobas, not the boobas.
I don't know, but do you know what those are?
Mm-mm.
Oh, buddy. Are you in for...
My favorite weird Nick Jr. deep lore.
Can we pull up a YouTube video? Can we do that? Or is it just our feed?
If I set it up beforehand, I can probably do that.
Well, we're going to have to do that next time.
More complicated than it should be.
The boobas are
I'm sure everyone's disappointed they can't watch the booba.
Unhinged.
One of my favorite weird Nick Jr. lore facts is the fact that the band that Travis Barker was the drummer for before Blink-182 was the Aquabats.
Yeah, I knew that.
And what happened to the Aquabats?
They turned into vampires?
No, they turned into Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh, okay, yep.
So as soon as he left, which his time in the Aquabats, he was not happy. He was like, I hate all these outfits. I hate all these, and they just turned into a kids show. Tyler says Backyardigans Live does still perform, but only in California, so we have to take a road trip.
Okay, that's fine. I was trying to go to California anyway.
All right.
That scared me. One of the wires touched my ankle, and I thought briefly, don't ask me why, I'm still like half asleep, kind of. I thought it was one of our cats because, I don't know, my, again, brain's still half asleep. So I was like, what cat is it's the wire.
There's no cats in here. We talked about getting a shop cat for a long time. Andrew was wildly against it.
Well, I love you, Andrew, and I'm sad you're not here anymore, but Andrew's not here anymore. So we should just bring Pete. Like, literally, he would be the best shop cat. Totally wouldn't bite people's ankles and, like, freak the fuck out.
Just like every time people are like, why are you in my house? And they're like, we're trying to buy books.
No, you're not allowed. He would be such a good shop cat, though. And he would love being here all the time.
Yeah.
Because we'd be here. We should bring Pete in as shop cat. I'm not even kidding. I'm serious. Tom wouldn't mind, right?
I have no clue, honestly. I was thought, I don't know if this space makes sense as much. That other space, it was so big that, like, when we were over there, I think it made sense.
Listen, Pete lived with me in a studio apartment that was literally one room and a kitchen and, like, a tiny closet bathroom. Pete knows how to make tiny spaces work.
There are comic stores that have shop cats, and it's like, it's very good for their social media. I don't know how the experience is outside of that. I wanted one here when it was just me here all the time. I was like, oh, a cat would make this actually like pretty doable. But these days I've got you. It's nice.
You've got me. I replaced a shop cat. Great.
All right. This probably should have been the number one story, but like, to be completely honest, it bums me out. Warner Brothers discusses volatile AAA console games and will lean into free-to-play and mobile games. This is from Addie Makuk over at GameSpot. During a recent Morgan Stanley speaking event, and everything about that sentence is gross, Warner Brothers Discovery gaming boss JB Perrette discussed some of the company's strategy for gaming going forward, and includes more live service, mobile, and free-to-play games. He said, "We're doubling down on games as an area where we think there's a lot more growth opportunity that we can tap into with the IP that we have and some of the capabilities we have on this studio where we are uniquely positioned as both a publisher and a developer of games." Perrette said WBD's recent gaming output has focused on AAA games for console, and that's great when a game like Hogwarts Legacy sells 22 million copies and becomes the best-selling game of the year. But this kind of success is never guaranteed in what Perrette is saying is a volatile market. He pointed out that one of WBD's latest big games, Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, was just disappointment for the company. So the plan going forward, he said, is to help reduce volatility by focusing on core franchises and bringing at least one of them to the mobile and free-to-play space.
Great. More phone games.
As well as continuing to invest in live service games that people play and spend money on over a long period of time. This makes me so unbelievably, wildly angry. Like, the garbage fire that is Warner Brothers Discovery is so frustrating anytime any of these executives speak or do anything. Like, the whole reason that Suicide Squad game didn't do well is because you turned it into a live service game, and now you're using it as a reason to be like, oh man, yep, we got to go back to everything's got to be either free to play or live service. Those are just, you want every game to be Fortnite. It's not going to be Fortnite.
No. I don't like Fortnite. No hate to anybody who likes Fortnite. I just don't like Fortnite.
It's fine. Like, Fortnite's fine. It's fine. Not every game can be that. Not every game can be the thing that like kids play all the time and just constantly pump money into it. That's not how it works. And you have this IP. You have all this IP. Like, because only 3 companies own all the things. Which means you can make it, but you have to make good games.
but that's too hard. They don't want to do that.
Jess's free games means microtransactions. Exactly.
Oh my god, Tyler says we need a bearded dragon or an iguana as a shop cat.
I'd be down with that.
I would be down so much. I've always wanted some kind of lizard. Sorry, God. I had a snake when I was little, and my mom let it go in Florida, and it's like one of the most traumatic things in the world for me. I like reptiles, but like, yeah, I think they're cool.
Kirst Ronan says, exactly, no one wants this. Yeah, it's incredibly frustrating. And it's insane, and these guys make way too much money to be absolute morons. How can you ruin a game by turning it into something? You turned it into a live service game. Because, like, the people that made the Suicide Squad game are the people that made all those Arkham games that everyone loves.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Suicide Squad game would be great, except they're like, nope, you need to turn this into Fortnite.
Ugh.
So
that must be why I didn't really hear about it. So
they did it, and then
Luke.
It didn't do well, and now they're like, see, this is why we need to just focus on live service and free to play games. It's like, that's what ruined it. You need to art. Everyone at the top of that company doesn't understand that what they're doing is like making and selling art. That's why they're like have fully finished movies that they're just like writing off as tax write-offs. They're like shutting all this like this decision they're making with the games. They're crazy. It's so frustrating. We live in this world now where every beloved character is owned by like 2 to 3 companies, and we just gotta hope that they're not going to be complete asshats with them. Tyler says it seems with the world money equals less brains. Though if you go with my grandpa's theory, you can have either brains or hair, but not both. I like that theory. That works out well for me. It's Luke says not all of us are middle schoolers or obsessed with cryptocurrency. Don't we already have DC Fortnite Club? Yeah, that's the thing is like Fortnite has, because it's so big, it's like chewed up all that IP. All that IP is in Fortnite. And like, I get it. If you're yourself not a gamer and you get put in your suit who gets put in charge of games divisions, and like your grandkids are like dumping money into Fortnite left and right on their phones, you're just like, oh, that should be our money.
Yeah.
But you don't take the company that's made like 3 amazing Batman games and be like, oh, you guys want to make a Suicide game? Cool. Turn it into this piece of crap. And then go like, well, this is man, it's too volatile. Jesse says Fortnite is successful because it was the first of its kind and they did something different. And it continued to be different. It's not a model that can be copied, really. It's very lightning in a bottle. I don't even know if it's the first of its kind. Because it was definitely... There was that like PUBG wave, right?
PUBG is more... I don't have a word for it. It's similar but different. I feel like, again, don't really know a lot about Fortnite because I only played it once when it first started coming out, and I was just kind of like, I can't.
Well, the
like closing of the like area that you were in stressed me out, and like the building aspect, I was like, ooh, you get to build, and then you're only in that map for like 20 not 20 seconds, but like a very short amount of time. And I'm like, wait, what about my base that I'm building right now?
Yeah, Kirst Ronan says PUBG was first. Fortnite just did it better. Yeah, PUBG was the first of that Hunger Games. There's a word for it that's not coming to me right now. Battle Royale. Thank you. PUBG was like the first one. Fortnite was a completely different game, and then they added a Battle Royale mode, and that's when it took off. and it was that different mode was leading more into that crafting the way you're talking about.
I wish I would have gotten into it then. Because really...
Tyler says Apex, in my opinion, is better than Fortnite because it takes more true strategy. Fortnite gives you more skin options. Warframe is just hackers galore.
Oh, Warframe is fun. Doug and I used to play Warframe a lot.
Apex is by Respawn, which is like the original Call of Duty guys. And I'm so bummed we weren't doing a show yet when it happened last week, but when their Star Wars game the Call of Duty guys making a first-person Star Wars game was going to fucking rule, and I was so excited, and it got shut down because EA... all right. Not to get too into the weeds with all this stuff, like why this idiot at HBO Discovery, Warner, whatever the fuck their name is now, and all this stuff. The problem, money's not cheap right now.
No.
All these companies are laying people off like crazy because borrowing money is not cheap. And so they can't make the same bets like they used to. And they're also trying to still get like, ooh, another quarter, we need to go up. Another quarter, we need to go up. Because this world is broken. And so they're laying off absolutely everybody. So EA's out there saying, we're not sure about paying all these game licenses and stuff going forward. They canceled a whole bunch of like Star Wars games, including the Call of Duty people that are now Respawn. And they made Apex. They were going to make a first-person Star Wars game. Probably would have been amazing, and it does not exist anymore, which is like a bummer. Look at this, but I like funny SpongeBob people. Yeah, that's pretty much how it feels. Interacting with like any of these executives, it's a very, very frustrating, very frustrating experience living on this planet right now. Sometimes. Speaking of money, though, the booth from the Sopranos finale.
Oh my god, we need to watch The Sopranos. I've never seen it.
No, you saw some of it because I fell asleep watching it one night last month, and you were like...
That was like a jumble of... I could not tell you what was going on because I was also falling asleep. So my brain like took it and like just jumbled it all around into like brain soup pretty much. So like I remember like things happening, but I don't remember anything about like the character details or like anything like that.
Sopranos is great.
I've heard.
The finale is infamous. It's a very good ending in my opinion, but a lot of people disagree with it. But you got to read into it. There is like, it ended in a way that a lot of people thought like their cable broke, and like people were literally calling cable companies and stuff.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's a very kind of cool moment in television. But that moment happened in a booth in an ice cream parlor, right? Mm-hmm. And that booth from that ice cream parlor went for sale.
Okay, like so now only one person can sit in it, or like the physical booth like got ripped out?
The physical booth got ripped out and sold.
Oh, that sucks.
The parlor booth where Tony Soprano sat down with his family in the final scene from The Sopranos just sold at auction. Tony's booth was a tourist attraction for years at Holston's Ice Cream Parlor in Broomfield, New Jersey, but the shop needs a renovation, and the parlor booth had to go. So the shop itself sold it to so they could renovate.
That's nice then.
Yeah. Holston's put the famous furniture, booth, table, divider, and a custom plaque reserving the seats for the Sopranos family on eBay last week with a $3,000 opening bid. An all-out bidding war ensued. When the dust settled, the auction closed, and the booth had sold for $82,600, more than enough to cover the cost for the Holstons' upcoming renovations for new floors and new booths.
Oh, that's good.
Not included for the $82,000, the jukebox Tony drops a quarter in to play Journey's classic tune Don't Stop Believing as he orders onion rings and waits for his wife, son, and daughter to join him at the booth. The jukebox, though, was added by the film crew. And after the show, Holston included a plaque reading this booth reserved for the Soprano family.
Nice.
As Holston explained, please understand, we don't want to do this, but the integrity of the booths are now compromised. They've been repaired many times, and its furniture is over 60 years old. The ice cream parlor says it's getting a much-needed facelift, but things will look the same as they did when the Sopranos came through. No word on who bought the booth, but we seriously doubt they paid with an envelope stuffed with cash, which is very clever writing there. I went back and forth because when I first saw this story, it was like, hey, somebody paid $82,000 for it. I was like, that's dumb. And then like when you realize it was like the restaurant itself that sold it so they could get repairs, like that's actually a very, very cool thing. Sucks they didn't have the money outside of that sale. That is true, but that's kind of just where the economy is.
Sort of reminds me of those like news headlines that are like, class raises money for kids' surgery. And it's like, but why can't they just like why aren't we? Yeah, why aren't we in a better position in the world? I guess getting renovations on an ice cream shop and a child's surgery are two.
Oh, those are the same.
They are not the same things, but like it's still definitely.
Yeah, it's
society's a little wonky right now.
Yeah, that'll happen. But yeah, it reminds me of like it's the cool flip side of like did you ever see the stuff with the people with the Breaking Bad house where you know how he throws the pizza and it lands on the roof of the house?
Of course. I've seen that show since I was like 11.
Well, apparently people used to visit that house. And the owners there started with like being charmed by it to like absolutely detesting it because like the people kept throwing pizzas on top of the house.
Oh, that's shitty.
Which really sucks. This seems like a more positive version of that sort of thing where people are associating their like good feelings with the show and attachment to a show to like, oh yeah, and the people that just happen to have had that scene shot there are like, cool, we can make some money off of this. I think the Breaking Bad house, they've like completely remodeled, done everything they can to try to stop people from like just showing up at it.
I mean, to be fair, there's one difference between someone sitting down and having an ice cream in a booth that like is from their favorite show and they thought was really cool, and someone throwing pizza on a roof because, oh my God, Breaking Bad house, I'm gonna throw pizza on the roof. Like, that's just so rude. Like, does somebody live there?
At the house? Yeah.
That's even worse. Like, those are real people. It's not fucking Heisenberg in there. Like, and what's her name? I forget her name.
Skylar.
Was she actually, like, was she terrible? I don't remember.
I think if you rewatch that show, you'll be like, oh, what? It's really telling how much people hated Skylar because it's like, I don't know.
Okay, we should rewatch Breaking Bad at some point because, again, the last time I saw it...
I think she's a really well-written character, and it's just like, of course she's not like, go off, honey, make some meth. Like,
yes.
While I take care of this baby. Like, yeah, she had some problems with what he was up to.
Yeah, I recall that much. I only got to, like, the spoilers for Breaking Bad about to happen, the show that's been out for I don't even know how long.
I avoided spoiling The Sopranos, so if solid. I can do it, you can do it.
Well, yeah, spoilers. Shut your ears if you don't want spoilers for Breaking Bad. I just remember getting to the part where Jesse's girlfriend dies.
Yeah,
of heroin.
That's rough.
Or whatever.
Yeah,
yeah, it was even. Oh gosh,
of heirlooms. She dies of heirlooms.
What?
That's a joke.
Oh, I was like, can we not say heroin? Okay, heirlooms.
Rampage says, if I lived in the house, I would have charged people to look around and make money off of it. Yeah, that's probably where I would lean to. Jason says, Walter, Skylar, and Saul were all in Seinfeld at some point. That's awesome.
Wasn't Saul on that Fargo?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's
in a lot of stuff.
We need to get on season 2 of that.
Bob Odenkirk. Luke says, what props would you pay that much money for if you had that kind of money? I don't know what I do, but Jerome says I'd pay everything for the spinning top from Inception.
Man, that's a good question. I don't know what I would buy from a movie or prop from a movie. Let me think. Maybe the dress from Barbie.
The dress?
Like the checkered dress from Barbie.
It's a cool dress.
Yeah.
I'd go crazy for some like Batman 89 merch or stuff from The Thing.
Oh, that's maybe something horror related.
Probably the thing is where like if I had money,
the bear costume from Midsommar.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool.
Or like the flower costume from Midsommar.
Snoopy says that house is generating revenue for the local pizza places. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that's a pretty all around decent story.
Some feel goods.
What's up, Patrick? Oh, Patrick's someone who can talk about buying merch for movies and stuff. My man has the wall from Double Dragon. It rules.
What's the wall from Double Dragon?
It's like a big ass mural that was like in one of the scenes in Double Dragon.
That's cool.
And it's like they were going to just get rid of it. He had to pay more to ship it out here. He actually had to pay for it. But the thing is fucking rules.
Oh, the Batmobile, the Adam West Batmobile. Even when I was a kid, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't interested in cars in the slightest. But like,
Jerome says the needle shoved into Uma's chest in Pulp Fiction.
oh my God, that's actually really cool. I don't know. That's just a really weird specific thing. But did they actually? Well, no, of course they didn't actually shove a needle into her chest. But like, how would? No, I'm curious.
It's probably like a little, like the
ones that
like our lightsabers we had growing up as kids that they like collapse.
They still sell those, but like the Halloween props of like not specifically lightsabers, but they're like, you know what I'm talking about, like the knives where if you push it, it like
it goes in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Now I'm just like going through all the movies that I like and trying to think of like.
They said The Thing would be the one I would struggle with the most. Okay. Let's close it out by playing a game here. We have 9 people on Facebook and 4 people on Twitch.
Run our sponsor today.
Oh yeah, I'll do that real quick.
How dare.
As always, Dork Duck Daily is brought to you by That Effin' Guy. That Effin' Guy buys comics, books, toys, cards, video games, arcade games, jukeboxes, pinball machines, or anything else cool or collectible. No collection too big or too small. Cash paid on the spot. Just make sure you tell him Dork Duck sent you so he gives us a little kickback that helps keep this show on the air. Just give him a call at 269-358-7534. It's 269-358-7534. And give him shit about the Celtics losing last night because he just...
Oh, no, don't do that.
Big Celtics fan. I felt so bad. He's a family or friends out there in Colorado, so he was like, I'm going out there. I'm going to see the Celtics, like, be at the game. He was just very excited. And that I saw what happened in the game, and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, you had a very, very, I was like worried something happened because you're like, oh no. And I was like, what? And you're like, these two teams going
and you're not into sports at all, so I had to try to explain what had happened. And yeah. Patrick says Pulp Fiction syringe was probably done in reverse, like Trinity's knife throw in The Matrix. Oh, yeah, that's right.
That could be true. Yeah.
Joe says might get some hate for this, but I love the Batmobile from The Dark Knight. Now, I love that dumb Batmobile too. I say dumb, but I say it very affectionately. That thing's cool. All right, so we're gonna give something away.
Oh, we are gonna give something away.
Yeah. So here's the thing. If you want to participate and have a chance at the giveaway, in either Facebook or Twitch, let us know you want to. Well, here we'll do this. Selena.
Jeffrey.
Close your eyes. And.
I'm not peeking.
Actually, no, we'll do it this way.
Oh my God.
Where's our Post-its at?
They're all gone.
They're all. Oh, we need to get those more from home.
That's okay.
Before we live sale tonight.
I'm going back home.
Write down 2 numbers between 1 and 10.
Okay. 2 numbers between 1 and 10.
Yeah.
Do I have to write them on the same sticky note or a different sticky note?
Write them on it doesn't matter. I'll do this one. Okay. All right. We'll give other things away next week. This week we're going to give comics away. I do own and work in a comic store. These are signed. I've got Uncanny X-Men here that is signed by Scott Lobdell. I have a Magnus Robot Fighter that is signed by Jim Califlor, and a Hawkman that is signed by John Ostrander. And so we're going to give these away today. We're going to play a little game. First, if you want to participate in said game, go ahead and write a number in the chat, and the first 2 people to say those numbers between 1 and 10 will be playing. I have the numbers.
I think they can see the numbers from that camera. I'm just saying. It's different than the live show.
Luke, I have with 9. That is one of the numbers. Let's see what else we get going here. Got 1 more left. We have Luke as one of the players. Do 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 do. Not a 7, not a 3, not a 5, not an 8, not a 7, not a 4. 2 is correct. That's James Rampage. Next one to get it. I was watching both chats. We had a 7 and a 3 in Twitch, but the numbers were 9 and 2. Okay. Here is how we're gonna do this.
Okay.
You have Luke, and you have Mr. James Rampage.
Okay.
One of them, you're gonna be playing for. And if you win, they get this stuff.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
But if you lose, the other person gets this stuff. Who believes in Selena? Who wants to be on Selena's team? Between Luke and Rampage. Who believes that she could be victorious in whatever is about to happen?
You're putting a lot of pressure on me.
I'm putting pressure on you?
Yes.
Never. I would never do such a thing.
One would disagree.
Who wants Selena as their champion?
Nobody.
Nobody?
Nobody. Not a single soul.
All right.
Luke says he believes.
Okay. Luke. Just, all right.
Well, fine then.
All right. So up for stake is 3 signed comic books.
Okay.
They're either going to Luke or Rampage. And the determining factor. Please do not look at the screen.
Me? Oh.
Okay.
Not looking at the screen.
Well, you guys still have to talk in the microphone. I'm going to turn this.
Okay.
We're going to play Sanrio Trivia.
Oh.
Now, my house is filled with 2 things. Squishmallows and Hello Kitty shit. And I learned that Hello Kitty shit is not Hello Kitty shit. It is Sanrio shit.
Yeah.
So we're going to play Sanrio Trivia.
Okay.
There's 10 questions here. And if you get them correct, you're a true fan.
Oh God.
If you get them wrong, we have to remove all the Hello Kitty stuff from our house.
Oh my God. I love Sanrio, but I'm not good at answering questions.
I hope you can pull it together, because otherwise all that stuff you got for your birthday is going back. Taking it back to Marshall's.
Oh my God.
Including your Hello Kitty ring. We have Hello Kitty ring lights.
Yeah.
We have a Hello Kitty
ring
mirror.
light. Yep.
All right.
As it should be.
First question.
Okay.
When is Hello Kitty's birthday?
Fuck me. I don't know.
Are you a true fan?
I don't memorize their birthday? Shit. I should know this.
Do you give up?
April. No. December.
Can you do the year? Because it gives the year. If you can get either the month or the year, I'll give it to you.
1980. Like her birthday, like when Sanrio said it's her birthday, or when Hello Kitty was created.
I don't know where they got I found these trivia questions somewhere, so.
Oh my god, you found them somewhere? You don't even know if they're accurate. Did you look into them?
All right, we're moving on for that one and call it an O. It's November 1st.
I was closer. I said
1974.
December. I said December, and I said 1980 something.
Do you think when Hello Kitty was 3, she went to Star Wars?
Yes.
All right.
Next question.
What is Hello Kitty's full name?
I don't know. I didn't know she had a full name.
Apparently she does, according to this.
Are you sure?
I did that. You're the one who knows all the Sanrio lore. I for forever was like blown away with the knowledge that Hello Kitty wasn't a cat. And that was like you being like, we would drive home from cons and you would sit and read Sanrio lore to me.
I would read it from a Wikipedia page. It's not like I'm carrying that knowledge with me for the rest of my life.
There's
only so much that can
I don't
fit up there.
understand why you hate Luke so much, because otherwise
Stop.
You would know that her name is Kitty White. Okay.
Oh, fuck. I should have known that. that makes sense. For some reason, I was thinking of Charmy Kitty, but that's like a completely different character in Sanrio. It's Charmy Kitty. She's like a little smaller white cat. I think it's Hello Kitty's cat, actually. Because Hello Kitty has a cat. A pet cat.
Of course she does. Where was Hello Kitty born in the fictional universe?
Sanrio Land.
Sanrio Land?
Yeah.
No, it gives a city, which is a city in our world.
Fuck, you're right. They're all born in real places.
Yep.
That's bullshit. I remember saying that was bullshit. I was like, wait, they're born in actual places. New York.
London. We are 0 for 3.
London.
All right. What is Hello Kitty's sister's name?
Wait. Something white.
Yeah, it is something white. Now you remember the white part.
Something white. Her name is Kitty White, right?
I'll give you a clue. It starts with an M.
Mochi.
Mimi White. We are 0 for 4. Mimmy.
This isn't accurate. I don't think this is real. The London one was accurate, and her being named Kitty White is accurate, but I don't think her sister's name is Mimi.
All right. No pressure, but you have to get all the rest of them white, right? For Luke to win here.
Well, all of these are really dumb, obscure questions. Like, you could ask me...
Like, what's her last name? That's such a dumb, obscure question.
It is, because it's just... You don't remember that shit.
All right. How can one tell the difference between Kitty and her twin sister, Mimi?
Where their bows are placed?
I will give that one to you, because it's the bow color.
Isn't her sister have one on one side and Hello Kitty?
That might be true too, but like it's also the color. I'll give that one to you because you knew it was the bow.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
And otherwise, like I'm starting to feel bad for Luke. He picked the wrong champion.
What? Also, you picked the wrong game.
What is Hello Kitty's favorite school subject?
Fuck me, I don't know.
I remembered this because you've said this to me.
Math?
You're like, oh, you should like Hello Kitty because blah, blah, blah.
English.
It's English, yeah.
Her favorite subject is English?
Her favorite subject is English.
Okay. Yeah, I guess she was born in London.
That doesn't have anything to do
with English language.
Yeah, but like English is more about like I love literature and that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure.
Remember we watched a bunch of Hello Kitty Story Hour.
Oh, yeah, we sure did. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
Why doesn't Hello Kitty have a mouth?
They took her mouth away because she was spouting too many lies.
Yeah, so she was in the first scene of the Matrix. And then they
were like,
stole
no,
her
we
thing
can't
away.
have this. Why doesn't she have a mouth?
This is really silly. I wouldn't have counted.
Oh, because I know this. It's really silly and wholesome. It's like because she doesn't need words to convey, like...
You got it. She speaks from the heart, not the mouth.
She speaks from the heart, not the mouth.
I was going to be like... I was about to be like... there's no way that I would even count either. This is a gimme, but like you're like, no, I know it. All right.
I know the weird ones. Like I know she's not actually a cat. She has a boyfriend named Dear Daniel.
Okay. All right. You know the weird ones. What year did Hello Kitty go to space?
Ooh. Are you talking about when she went to space with one of the Gundam characters, or are you talking about when she went to space?
She went to space with one of the Gundam characters.
Yeah, there's a whole ass episode.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like, holy fuck, that's Hello Kitty in space. No, I'm serious. Like, you could look it up. It's crazy. Fuck, I don't remember. Like, if it's the Gundam one, like 2000s, but if she like originally went to space or something, like. Hello Kitty
I think it must be the Gundam one because it is a year in the 2000s.
2009? No, because it was more recent than that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty recent.
In my old age, I would call it recent, but like others would not.
That doesn't make any sense.
It was 2014. So it was
okay.
10 years ago. She went to space. How soon we forget what Hello Kitty did for us.
What Hello Kitty did for us?
What age group was Hello Kitty originally marketed to?
Fucking 5-year-olds? I don't know.
Senior citizens.
What?
According to this trivia, that's what they said.
That's weird because it was a toy company that came up with her, so why would it be marketed for old people?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, well, fair enough.
Well, you failed Luke. First, you failed him with the Patreon thing. You're not playing the game he wanted you to play today because you couldn't rally people to vote for. You do get to play Minions later, though, which we're all very excited about.
I'm genuinely upset about that because it's not a horror game. Like, you were like, pick a horror game, and then somebody was like, oh, Lena hates Minions, so let's pick a game that she hates that's not horror. Like, you all could have picked, like, I don't know, a fucking jump scare Minion game, or, like, a fucking, like, there's got to be, like, a,
yeah.
That one modding community that make games.
Weird mods and stuff.
Yeah, like you could have done like a Minions mod for like Phasmophobia or something. I would have fucking done that. Fucking instead of the
But instead you get to play this Despicable Me Minions game today. It's going to be fantastic.
I wanted to play Fatal Frame so bad. Why'd you even tell me what the choices were?
I do think you need to play that spooky game for Luke at some point, though, because that thing looks cool.
I told him I would, because it looks really cute, and it's on Steam, so I'm like, I'll just play it anyway. And, like, I want to play Fatal Frame.
What if Chef Rambley jumped out and yelled boo dressed as a minion? She would leave me immediately.
I wouldn't leave you. I'd probably physically assault you, because that would be scary. If you, like, hid, and, like, if you, like, hid in our house somewhere dressed as a minion and jumped out at me, I think I would hit anybody that did that. Like, that would be...
Chris Ronan says he voted for Fatal Frame.
Oh, thank you. You're the best. Apparently, that voting timetable ended last night at midnight, and nobody told me that, so...
Oh, yes, Snoopy, Hello Kitty is not a cat. It is mind-blowing information the first time you ever hear it.
She's a human girl.
I remember, like, having that conversation.
But...
And then... 2 weeks later, having it with Emmanuel, and Emmanuel is losing his mind, and then 2 weeks later, they did a whole SNL skit about it.
She's a human girl, and she's dating a cat.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Daniel.
Oh, Snoopy says, "Do we not love Minions?" No, she is deeply upset by them, and
Ashley said it really well yesterday. They're off-putting, like they're just off-putting. They're not like scary. They're not like, there's something about them that I just don't like.
Yeah. So because of okay, I gotta interrupt this for a second. Stoopy asking a very important question: is Hello Kitty a furry?
I don't know, because if she's a,
is the cat just her fursona?
Maybe.
Oh, great! Rampage says, Jeff, let me have the 2 books. Give the Hawkman to Luke. That's very sweet.
Aw, y'all are great people.
Thanks
for having faith in me, even though Jeff gave me really weird fixed questions.
Fixed? What was fixed about?
Well, I'm not going to memorize Hello Kitty's birthday, but I am going to memorize the weird facts.
Snoopy says he loves Minions. He's going to have a great time today watching you play the Minion game.
Good. I'm glad. Awesome. I'm so excited. I'm going to go home and smoke a bunch of weed before I do this. 'Cause that's the only way I'm going to get. I don't even smoke weed anymore, but like, I'm going to do it to get through this because like, I don't know any other way. I need to.
Rampage says someone needs to go as the Nesquik Bunny as a Minion for Halloween.
Oh my god.
Steve actually had his kids dressed as Minions to come to the store for like one of the free comedy events.
I wasn't even there, and he dressed his kids up as Minions and took them to the store.
Which is just amazing.
It really is the dedication I truly respect.
Once again, Dork Duck Daily is brought to you by that FN guy. That FN guy buys comic books, toys, cards, video games, arcade games, jukeboxes, pinball machines, or anything else cool or collectible. So if you're trying to, get money together to buy some cool movie memorabilia, maybe you want to bid on a booth from Sopranos, give him a call. Maybe he'll buy some stuff up from you and you can put some money together. No collection too big or too small. Cash paid on the spot. Make sure you tell him Dork Duck sent you, so he gives us a little kickback. It helps keep this show on the air. Just give him a call at 269-358-7534. It's 269-358-7534. Lena will be live later on Twitch.
From 3 to 5.
3 to 5, playing some Minions. If you check out our Patreon, we have extra stuff going on over there, including people got to pick the game that she played this week. We'll do that again next week.
But make sure it's a horror game. Don't include things that aren't horror games.
But it is a horror game to you.
I understand that aspect of it, but at the same time, you could have picked a completely different game.
That's true. If you want links to our Twitch, our YouTube, our Patreon, any of that stuff, it can all be found at dorkduck.com. And I hope you all have a wonderful and fantastic day.
I love you. Have a good day.
I'm off to, start selling comic books. Bye.